So I can state without any fear of contradiction that there is corruption amongst the judges. And I can state when I was a judge of the High Court at the Civil Division, the last bribe offer in dollars was $2 million. When I came to the commission, I must apologize. Part of my leg is into academics, so I think sometimes as someone at the blackboard teaching. So I came up with these ideas. I must confess, many commissioners at the time thought I was planning to kill the commission. Maybe I should start with the question of the role of public engagements. Have you seen it off? That was the one many members of the commission, the majority at that time, and the many members of our technical team, they thought the strategy was intended to stop members of the public knowing that judges or magistrates are corrupt. On the contrary, it was the opposite, and I explained. Before I explained, I just wanted to respond. I was protected by Honorable Basani. He's my friend. I should disclose this conflict, but he knows we are both professional, we both know we are professional. So I can state without any fear of contradiction that there is corruption amongst the judges. And I can state when I was a judge of the High Court at the Civil Division, the last bribe offer in dollars was $2 million, involving sugar cane growing. $2 million. Probably people who are concerned.
You're out of order, Honorable Suman.
People who were concerned in appointing people like me for office, when they heard that there is a judge who can actually say no to that amount of money, I hope the media will edit that one out. They thought I was actually the right person for this office. So I know we have big fish who are dirty. I know big fish in the past have survived being arrested. One of them, a High Court judge, who was about to receive a bribe. Every lawyer in this country knows that person. Now, that's why I'm making a promise before the members of the commission, the members of parliament, and the members of this committee to say, help us strengthen this government, and we see whether we shall continue to fear this big fish. When we came in at the Senate Commission, we found an urgent need to investigate a senior judge who is in the UK. We did not have money for it. We had to sacrifice a lot of money for other activities to make sure we apply for a permit to secure the money to send the teams to England. Now, that is how determined we are. We are not focusing on magistrates and clerks. We really want to touch people, and we shall touch it. God willing, so the relationship that we have with the judiciary and the Judicial Service Commission, I think institutionally, on the surface it appeared to have been there, but at a deep institutional level, it wasn't there. And this is largely because of the misconstruction of our independence. Many people thought that because we are independent, we are divorced from the judiciary. And the president usually loves to talk about independence with convergence. I think this is one of the opportunities where now the commission is saying, yes, we are independent in making these final decisions, but we need you, just like we need parliament. That's why we have asked the judiciary, because they have the money, they have the human resource to support our technological needs. Public media education, which honorable members you express some concern, is very vital. But because we don't have sufficient money to do it alone, we are soliciting the support of the judiciary through its barazas, open day courts, and joint institutions. We think if the Inspectorate of Court, led by the Supreme Court judge, is going to Amuru, Kisoro, Abim, Mbale, Barana, we can piggyback. Actually, in the commission meeting, the term was piggyback. We shall actually give the same information, but at a reduced cost. Why? we shall only send one staff. We shall not hire a man. We shall not hire a tent. We shall not hire public address system. We shall not buy food and sodas and water for the communities, because the judiciary has all this money. When it comes to radio talk shows, we shall ensure that our people go to the radio stations and speak to these needs. But we shall make sure we use the RDC's free airtime, not to use the Judicial Service Commission small money to procure airtime. We shall use the Public Relations Department of the Judiciary to execute these public engagements, joint and not alone by the Judicial Service Commission. So, if you are talking about whether we were cooperating before with the judiciary, the answer I can say, not to the levels I will have now. If the question is, are you ready and willing to cooperate with the judiciary, I can report without any contradiction, we were ready 7 months ago. That's what I can say. Now, the other ones about I can talk about the hearings that are on our desk. That's why members, my colleague commissioners are not here. They are right now hearing cases of judicial officers. We had lined up 16 disciplinary hearings, but along the way we fell short of money. That's again we established the Minister of Finance and Parliament for a hearing, which we gladly obtained. Now, why did we change the business process in disciplinary law? Now, I think the lawyers here can help me out. There is a decision by Justice Ruswata on His Worship Maruku and the Attorney General and another. The other is Bail Judicial Service Commission. The decision really clarifies the kind of hearings, disciplinary hearings, or the methods we should adopt as a commission. The judge explains that when you are conducting a disciplinary hearing, these are not my words, this is the decision of the Constitutional Court. You are not a court of law where you encourage objections, where authorities, where you encourage adjournments. No, it is a disciplinary process which does not adopt the usually rigid judicial procedures. Now, when I came in, I found an equivalent of the police station at the Judicial Service Commission. I found an equivalent of the state attorney at the Judicial Service Commission. I found an equivalent of the charging officer at the Judicial Service Commission. I found an equivalent of the court. They are actually mooting an idea that they should construct a court at our new building for disciplinary hearings. I said no, that is not correct. We need to change the way we conduct our hearings. And I'm glad that on the guidance of the Honorable Attorney General, we have now changed the way we do things. Most of these long processes that would take a lot of our money and time, we have reduced those processes. And maybe the results will be revealed after 1 year. I cannot say we have been magical and these are the number of cases we have conducted, but I can reveal there are about 4 cases that are waiting for presentation before the full commission to make the final decision. That's what I can say. The opportunity to disclose how many pending recruitments are pending, how many complaints are pending determination. The debate whether it was wise to divorce the commission from the Judicial Service Commission is a good one. Of course, I don't know the Chief Justice. The Deputy of the Judicial Service Commission is the Deputy Chief Justice. Same thing with the South African, where I spend much of my time. That is why I think cooperating, we cannot avoid it because we are one and the same. The moment you divorce yourself and sit in a cocoon